The beleaguered IEBC commissioners have expressed their willingness to vacate office if their demands are met. One such demand is compensation for the remainder of the time they were constitutionally mandated to stay in office. But is this in order?
Of course, the commissioners are entitled to legitimate compensation. They are on contract until next year. So if they are being pushed out, then I think we just need to bite the bullet and say, okay, we are pushing them out maybe because of our own political expediency. I mean, yeah, they should be compensated. Why not?
If, like now, we are removing them ahead of their tenure, it is expected that they would have reasonable compensation in lieu of going through Article 251. Matters are made worse when the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has purported to clear some of the commissioners of any fault.
However, a demand that appears to be putting the commissioners at cross purposes with legal experts is the push for immunity from prosecution.
That's an illegality on its own. We are a country that believes in the rule of law, on constitutionalism and the rule of law. So if somebody has committed any offenses known to law, then they cannot negotiate any immunity.
There is no law under which anybody can contract to give any citizen of this country immunity. Even the President of the Republic of Kenya has no such immunity. If the President can undergo prosecution at ICC, who are commissioners to start telling the world that they need immunity? I dare say that let them insist on immunity, and if they get it, they will only get it on paper, and when the day of reckoning comes, they will face prosecution just like any citizen of this country.
But did the drafters of the Constitution envisage the present situation?
Chapter 6 of the Kenya Constitution is absolutely clear on office holding. If you are holding a public office, the principles of good governance and leadership dictate that, as enshrined in our own Constitution, that if your public office holding is bringing disrepute to that particular office or disrespect to the people of Kenya, I mean, the option of resignation is always there, that you're actually not fit to hold office as a leader.
Once and if the commissioners leave office, how will the country set up another credible commission acceptable to competing political interests in time for elections next year?
The commission we put there will only be as good as we Kenyans are. And if the political actors carry their baggage and vested interests into this process, then we will fall short of putting in place a commission that will serve Kenya.
But will this affect the electoral calendar?
It's not rocket science. It's not difficult to recruit commissioners. It can be an expedited process. If we focus on systems and processes at IEBC, then we can comfortably hold an election even tomorrow without worrying.
If we put in place people whose integrity is beyond Caesar's wife, as commissioners in the IEBC, they will put the processes in place within the required time to achieve what we require. But if we put people who have an agenda other than seeing the constitutional timelines on electioneering take place, then we are in trouble.
Former committee of experts boss Ekuru Aukot and lawyer Steve Mogaka argue that the required electoral reforms should focus more on addressing structural loopholes than the individuals aiding the commission.
People should be able to go into IEBC and audit systems and processes. Now, if that's not possible, then we have a challenge. Fraud detection is something that we have proposed to IEBC and to Kenyans, that if the systems today at IEBC are not able to detect fraud in electoral management, in voter management, then we have a challenge. That's where we should focus.
The experts are also warning that time is of the essence, and the earlier IEBC is reconstituted, the better for Kenyans to go into next year's polls with a commission that is equipped to deliver a free, fair, and a credible poll. Biegon reporting for Channel 1 News.